Salt Cats bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning as they lead the Sherrill Silversmiths in the first of 2 games here at OCC, playing a doubleheader as Friday night's game was rained out. It'll be Caden Gaskin to lead things off, the Syracuse right fielder, riding now a 6-game hitting streak after he singled and scored in his first 2 at-bats. He struck out in the bottom of the 4th. Now facing Alan Compers for the first time. Compers in his 2nd inning of work and starts it off with a off-speed pitch that finds the inside corner for strike 1.
It's a really loopy curveball. That was an example of that there.
Long pause for Compers. 0-1 comes home. Fastball and miss well outside. Salt Cats have had base runners on in every inning thus far. This is the 3rd time that Caden Gaskin has led off an inning. He singled in the previous 2, and then Matthew Rinaldi behind him walked each of those 2 times. That was in the 1st and the 3rd inning. Salt Cats got 5 of their 6 runs in those 2 combined. There's a strike that makes it 1-2. Rinaldi now waits on deck. Compers the 1-2. Lined hard foul down the right field line. Gaskin's been everything the Salt Cats could have hoped for in a leadoff hitter and more. Matt Rinaldi, who's on deck in his 3rd year with the Salt Cats, has been the leadoff man the previous 2 years. But Gaskin has overtaken him in that role and has not disappointed. He'll face a 1-2 pitch here from Compers, but have to wait a few more seconds as Allen steps off the rubber.
Quick pause there, He just took time. I don't know if he necessarily needed it.
Agrees on a pitch. 1-2 misses outside on Caden. Sherrill won 6-5 in the only previous meeting this season. That was here at OCC. Durand, who's behind the plate, hit a go-ahead and what turned out to be a game-winning 3-run home run in the top of the 7th inning. That was another game the Salt Cats had a comfortable lead in. That was back on the 8th, so now 11 days ago. Salt Cats led at 4-3. They had scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th in a 9-inning game to take a brief lead, but Durand quickly hit the go-ahead home run as Gaskin strikes out. A good off-speed pitch from Compers. So he's down on strikes for the 2nd time today, and now here comes Matt Rinaldi. 2 walks, a stolen base, a run scored, and a long, loud double in the bottom of the 4th, which nearly turned out to be a home run. Hit the fence out there in right center field near the scoreboard, just off your screen at home. About halfway up, so he gave it a ride. Still wasn't enough as he settled for a 2-out double, and he takes a strike.
And that, I like you described it as long and loud because the way it hit the fence, it made a sound that we could hear all the way behind the backstop.
Count now 1-1.
Austin Compers he's kind of stepped it up here in this beginning of the bottom of the 6th, showing a little more velo than we saw last time.
Getting warmed up a little bit, and he blows one right by Rinaldi, and now it's 1-2. So by the end of today, the Salt Cats and Spartans, the Salt Cats and the Silversmiths will have played 3 times. All of them will be here at OCC. Of course, each team in the same division, they play 8 times, 4 at home and 4 on the road.
So what you're saying is a lot of Noyes Park for the Salt Cats
yes.
for the rest of the season.
2-2 from Compers to Rinaldi. Fouls it off. Kind of an awkward swing as he was trying to get out of the way as well. And just threw his bat head at it.
Kind of cute it foul, if you will.
Funny enough, last year, the first week, the Salt Cats and the Silversmiths and what was going to be the home opener got rained out and actually played a doubleheader. And there's a called strike 3 on the inside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Compers in his 2nd inning of work, and he's gotten the first 2 hitters in the Salt Cat lineup. Here's Ryan Gonzalez, now the first baseman, who's 0 for 2. Going back to my point, actually, they were supposed to play in Sherrill. I believe it was the first week of last year. I want to say it was like the Wednesday. It got rained out. The next day, they played a doubleheader here. In the first game, the Silversmiths were actually the home team.
Oh.
So they batted last. So that's how you make up games sometimes early on in the season. They were supposed to play, I believe, 2 days later, and they ended up just making it up. The Silversmiths won both of those games here. There's a ball down low to Ryan. So the Salt Cats last year played in 8 doubleheaders, and not one time did they win both games.
So they did something they did in all of last year with
On
the
Saturday.
doubleheader sweep over Olean. They're going to have a lot of chance to do that coming up.
Tomorrow.
Hornell tomorrow. And I
Hornell team
believe
struggling, yep.
Then I believe on the 23rd it's Dansville.
Yep, yeah, I know they come here.
Doubleheader versus Dansville, so a lot of innings.
24th, yep, yeah. A few doubleheaders lined up in July as well for the Salt Cats, trying to make up some of those rainouts. 3 out of Gonzalez. There's a strike as Ryan nearly tossed the bat towards the dugout. That would have been, it's kind of, I would say, one of the more embarrassing things as a baseball player. You flip the bat thinking it's ball 4, then you got to go pick it up. It's kind of a walk of shame.
100% a walk of shame. He won't have to do the walk of shame now, only a regular walk to first base.
A base on balls, as they say. The third walk from Compers. Gonzalez on base for the first time today. Earns his 5th walk this summer. And now here's Jay Murdoch. He is 1 for 3. Singled back in the first. Reached on a 3-base error in the third. Came around to score. Gonzalez not a big threat to steal off of first. 2 outs, first pitch. Murdoch ropes it down the right field line, but it ends up going foul.
That was one of the hardest hit balls we've seen from Murdoch in a very long time.
Compers, a pure back at first. Gonzalez has about a 6-foot lead. A 1 in there for a strike on the outside corner, and quickly Murdoch is behind. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2, looped foul. This one will go out of play and into the trees behind us. A beautiful summer-esque night, really for the first time here in Syracuse. It has truly felt like summer.
Yeah, you got about 2 more weeks.
Murdoch chops one on the ground to Fernandez. An easy toss over to first base, and that retires the side. And the Salt Cats home half of the 6th.